Picture yourself standing side by side with your comrades, hearts racing, ready to defend a stronghold against overwhelming forces. The fight erupts, bullets whistle, and the air thickens with smoke and despair. Amid the chaos, an unimaginable event unfolds. The deadliest threat isn't solely the enemy beyond the walls, but the very allies beside you. Imagine this. During one of history's most famous last stands, the Battle of the Alamo, 3 out of every 4 defenders perished not by enemy fire, but from their own side. Beneath the stories of heroism and sacrifice lies a grim reality of confusion, disorder, and deadly friendly fire. Today we delve into that grim morning at the Alamo, stripping away legend and glory to reveal a massacre hidden within the massacre itself. Stay tuned till the end, because what you're about to learn will reshape your understanding of this historic battle and the true toll fog of war can take. Ready to uncover the hidden nightmare behind the fall of the Alamo? Let's start. Before we begin, don't forget to like and subscribe to support our community. At dawn on the 6th day, the troops stirred and moved out. By 3 in the morning, they stealthily approached the river, crossing in pairs over narrow planks. They bypassed obstacles to advance unnoticed. They halted at the commander's designated spot, weapons ready as fate awaited. Silence was enforced. Even tobacco was forbidden. The moon hung low, veiled by clouds casting a faint light, a fortunate advantage for our mission. The dim glow, the whispering voices breaking the stillness, the cold breath of early morning, the eerie calm stretched endlessly, and the looming threat burdened our spirits. Breathing softly, we exchanged quiet words. Soon many among us would fall silent forever, returning to the void. Wounded men groaned unattended for hours, dreading the cannonball's scream that might end their pain. Yet anticipation quickened our pulses. This dreadful waiting was near its end. The insult to our forces, the blood of our comrades shed months before within these walls, would be avenged. The horizon brightened as dawn lifted its golden veil, followed by a planned bugle call shattering the gloom. Then came the dreadful harbinger of destruction, stealing breath and words, wrenching us from somber thought. Exhausted from sleepless watches, I had barely shut my eyes when that deadly blast tore the air. Jose Maria Gonzalez, a sapper's bugler, sounded the call that steeled us to choose death over life. Shortly after, apprehension was replaced by a resounding call to action. The units surged forward at full speed. They had barely moved when orders to fire rang out prematurely, beyond effective musket range. Still, prudent commanders ignored the rash command. Alerted by our signal through the ranks, the enemy retaliated fiercely, though our shots fell short, slowing our push. Travis, compensating for few numbers, deployed 3 rifles per man. Their initial volley was swift and lethal. Our ranks left a path of blood, wounded, dying, dead. Squads gathered near the commander, urging the assault with loud cries. Fired by passion, we answered that call, igniting our spirits and paralyzing the foe. The second group, seized with zeal, shouted for the Republic and President General. A frenzy leaders struggled to contain, sanctified in bloodshed. Distracted by these cries, the enemy intensified fire upon seeing the terrain in daylight. A single cannon blast annihilated half the Toluca chasseurs who had advanced. Captain Jose Maria Herrera, their leader, fell moments later, followed by Lieutenant Vinces. Another volley cracked through the vanguard, wounding Colonel Duke's thigh. Amazingly, one of his aides remained, rushing to his aid. The other's fate remains unknown. Fortune spared me, yet Captain Don Jose Maria Macatella of Toluca soon died of mortal wounds. The attack strategy has been told, yet essential tools were neglected. Orders had been given to bring crowbars, axes, and scaling ladders, but these were only realized missing in the last moment. The ladders that arrived were few and faulty. Despite a rain of bullets and shells, the formations bravely reached the wall base, except the third column, devastated on its flank by a 3-gun battery mounted above, which tore gaps in its ranks. Attacked head-on from high ground, it veered toward the sharp north wall corner, seeking escape from slaughter. The ladders we carried never came. Those who bore them were killed or scattered. Only one ladder appeared out of many expected. General Koss, desperate for a foothold, drove his column to where the second and third had merged into chaos. This section had timber reinforcements, a shallow ditch, and a parapet nearly 9 feet tall, climbable but demanding strength. Yet disorder ruled. Officers shouted commands lost amid clamor. Brave veterans scrambled over the ramparts first, roaring for passage, trampling comrades. Others struggled, flailing, blocking the nimble, knocking down those poised to climb. A relentless fusillade from the barracks roof and flanks wrought slaughter, deepening the chaos. Foremost climbers were driven back by thrusting blades and pistol shots from the parapet. Yet our soldiers' courage never faltered. Seeing comrades fall, they climbed over bloodied bodies, eager to avenge them. Rifles cracked, musket balls whistled, groans and curses mixed with death rattles, booming orders, chaos and desperate shouts of assault all merged in a tumult that overwhelmed sense. The defenders roared back fiercely, their foreign tongues shrieking frantic warnings that grated on our ears. From his vantage, General Santa Anna surveyed grim scenes. Mistaking the third column's shift for retreat, he feared defeat, ordering Colonel Ammett to throw reserves into the fight. The sapper battalion, already advancing, joined the climb. Even the general's aides were sent onward, a brave but futile reinforcement, adding only confusion and needless bloodshed. Before reaching the wall foot, half their officers fell to bullets and shells. Among them, young Torres died inside the fort, clutching a captured banner, struck down in victory's grasp, honored by comrades. Curiously, in this unit, officers and 21 privates perished, yet no sergeants, despite their usual higher number. 15 minutes passed. Trapped in hell's furnace, men climbed in vain toward a death less ignoble than a crushed crowd's fate. Finally, enough surged over the parapet. Ranks disintegrated. Defenders, gripped by panic, retreated to barracks guarding their stronghold. Gates shut tight, but hastily dug ditches now trapped them. Not all fled. Some stayed exposed, watching our bold advance before firing. Travis himself fought with unwavering resolve, pausing to confront us proudly, firing with cold precision. He was a soldier of true merit. His end came at last, but only after inflicting a bloody toll. None among his men died with greater valor, yet all of them did. Travis acted heroically. Justice demands this acknowledgment. Leading ragged, inexperienced men with scant munitions, despite officers' protests, he stood firm against seasoned warriors, vastly superior in number. He was fair-haired, strong, and indefatigable. Meanwhile, Colonel Morelos and his chasseurs fulfilled duties, keeping just ahead. Concerned our fire might strike them, they took cover in captured ditches, harassing enemy without risking us. Fortunately, converging formations tightened fronts, preventing greater self-inflicted losses. Still, some fell to comrades' muskets. The wounds were deep, deaths bitter. Our men carried excess ammunition, reserves, and elite companies, each burdened with 7 rounds. This surplus seemingly discouraged use of bayonets, the stormers' true weapon, while chasseurs provided cover. Mistakes thrive in moments like these, beyond remedy. Regret comforts only the guilty, and offenders numbered many. Soldiers, some brave, some frantic, broke into enemy barricades met with hellish volleys. Others, blinded by rage and smoke, fired indiscriminately through openings, killing friends and foes alike. Thus, losses mounted horrifically. Yet captured cannons turned on rooms, smashing doors and walls to splinters. Carnage reigned, men trampled underfoot, chaos ruled. It seemed fury's very spirits had been unleashed among them. Bands of soldiers fired volleys everywhere, comrades, commanders, making death as likely from friend as foe. Amid the uproar, orders proved futile, drowned beneath deafening tumult. Doubt not this account's severity. Eyewitnesses confirm its truth. To soften this tale would be deceit. In 1 minute the breach turned slaughterhouse. But the true horror lay beyond Travis's resistance or blood-slick walls. It was what followed. As smoke filled the courtyard, Mexican troops committed the unthinkable. They fired point-blank into their own brothers, not panic, but by command. 75% of the dead fell to their own side. The Alamo was not just taken that dawn. It was engulfed in fratricide as smoke cleared over shattered walls. One lasting truth remains. The fiercest enemy that day was not just the Mexican army, but chaos within. The deadly confusion turning brothers into executioners. What caused the collapse? Panic, poor leadership, or a darker scourge beneath the surface? How has this hidden massacre shaped the Alamo legend we know? The answers lie deep in history's shadows, waiting to be revealed. So, what do you think? Was the Alamo's fall a tragic accident of war, or a haunting betrayal changing everything? Share your thoughts below, and let's unravel this mystery together. For sometimes the most gripping tales are those history tried to keep hidden.